It's time for Speechcraft Fundamentals 9. Which looks better? This unit is called the end of the end. You see, in a previous unit, you learned how your Q&A, your question and answer, needs to be the beginning of the end of your speech. That's if you do a Q&A at all. Then you learned how summing up is the middle of the end of your speech. Today, you're going to learn about the end of your speech, your conclusion. This is what you leave the audience with. This is what they hear, the last thing they hear, as you walk off the stage. When I was starting out in stand-up comedy, I got a great piece of advice that goes like this. Always open with the second funniest joke you know, and always close with the funniest joke you know. In previous units, you learned how important a good opening is, because it sets the tone, it hooks your audience, it convinces them to stick around and hear more from you. Well, a good, strong closing is even more important than a strong opening, because this is what you're sending the audience home with. It is their final impression of you. How do you want to send that audience home? Happy? Energized? Challenged? Maybe all of the above? Well, you better make it good, because whether you're a comedian or a regular speaker, you want to go out strong. How do you write a strong ending? Well, this is a little bit different than when we talked about a strong beginning, because a strong beginning is normally one thing. We talked about the first thing that comes out of your mouth as soon as you take the stage. A story, a shocking statement, something like that. A good ending can actually be a combination of different things. Think of it as a delectable dessert with multiple ingredients. One ingredient for a good ending is a call to action. You're speaking to change people, right? You want them to think or feel differently about something by the time they're done listening to you. Well, often that needs to result in them doing something different as well. So challenge them, call them to action. You spent the last hour learning how to do something or learning what to do? Well, now go out there and do it. A really strong way to end is to reinforce your message. If you summed up your message in a catchphrase which came up multiple times throughout your speech, give it to them one last time. A special case of this might be if your title itself sums up your message. If that came up multiple times through your speech, give it to them one more time. Make that the last thing they hear as you walk off that stage. Another good way to end your speeches is with some branding. There's a reason I end all these videos the same way. I give you my website and then I give you my tagline, "We lay boring speeches to rest," because I want my brand to be fresh in your mind. But there's another branding tagline, another slogan if you will, that I like to use after one of my live workshops. If I give a workshop on speaking skills, whether it's storytelling or delivery, I like to give this to the audience because it has a call to action built in. I say, you've learned some new speaking skills today. You have become a better speaker. You are no longer somebody that just stands there and says some stuff. You're somebody who knows how to convey a message. So don't just say it, convey it. Those are 3 things you can do to make sure you end your speech strong. You can give a call to action, you can reinforce your message / title, or you can put your own personal brand on things. Now you would think that a video called The End of the End would be the end of a series, and that's where you would be wrong. We have one more video coming to make this a nice round 10-unit series. What you need to do is keep it tuned here to lastrites.com for more speaking tips. That's last-WRITES.com. And if you follow me on social media or sign up for my email list, you will be alerted when these new videos come out. And together we, that's you and I, we will lay boring speeches to rest by giving them the last rites.